Just want to go through some exam revision with you for your HAS exam on Monday, period 1 and 2. It will be 1 hour and 10 minutes long, and there's 4 sections. So you will have to define some key terms. There will be some short answers, long answers, and then applying skills, which I'll go through. But first of all, I want to look at definitions. So in your booklets, in your revision booklets, you have 13 terms and you were required to match them with the definition. 8 of these will be your definitions that you'll have to give in the exam. So it's a good idea to match those up and revise them. But I'll go through the key terms with you now. All right, so the first one's consumer. So a consumer is just somebody who buys something for personal use. So if you were going to Coles or Woolies and you were buying some food, then you are a consumer. And then industry is a group of businesses that produce the same type of product or service. So you have the textile industry that deals with the cloth. There's the retail industry, mining industry. There's lots of different industries. Supply and demand. Okay, so this looks at the relationship between how much of a product or a service that the business wants to sell and how much the consumers are willing to buy. And it also looks at that relationship with price. So this graph looks at the supply and demand for chocolate bars for this particular business. They have looked at the quantity, so how much they can supply, and you can see the relationship of supply and demand, and they have come to the conclusion that $1.20 is their equilibrium price, so that's their optimum price that they will sell, and they're more than likely to sell 300 chocolate bars. Okay, globalization. All right, it's our connection around the world, so whether that's culture, trade, so we do business with other countries, our politics, and communication. We can talk to anyone in the world instantaneously. We've become very globalized as technology has improved. Okay, so economy. This is the system of making and trading things. So in Australia, we buy things for money, we sell things for money, but in your first assessment in your economics booklet, you also looked at bartering and how they in traditional economies they would trade things. So that's a different type of economy, but they're all different. They're all systems where you make and trade items. The Australian, just the Constitution is a set of rules. Our Constitution was created in 1901. There have been a few changes to it, but it basically governs the way our country is run. All right, labour. Okay, so labour just means physical work. So in the picture, you can see there is a builder, a brickie, building a wall. And he is doing labour, manual labour. And democracy. Okay, so democracy is a type of government where it's by the people, and in a democracy, it's rule of the majority. So in Australia, we are a representative democracy. So even though we don't vote on everything, we elect our members to represent us and trust that they will vote how we want them to vote. We voted on the same-sex marriage laws. Okay, so we get a say in our government and how it's run. Citizenship. So citizenship is the status of being a citizen and having those rights and responsibilities of being a citizen of that country. So when I moved to Australia, I was a resident, and then I had to apply to become a citizen. So I had to take a test to show that I know all about the laws and rules of Australia and want to abide by them. I then took a pledge, and I have to vote and abide by the laws of Australia. Okay, and the last one is government. So a government is a group of people who govern a country. In Australia, we have Scott Morrison and the Liberal Party governing our country at the moment. But that could all change at the next election because we are a democracy and we get to vote who leads our country.